Hello and welcome back to PowerWash Simulator. When we last left off, we were about to start cleaning the temple. Um, I'm trying to remember. First of all, get back, go out, get out of that. There is quite a lot of the temple. A lot of it's manure. Okay, so let's do this strategically. So where to start? Well, you know about the mayor's pipeline diverting all the water from the river to a secret mining rig, right? Those monks have relied on that river to water their crops for time immemorial, and now those crops are failing. Ah, don't you just love that? Secret. And I love how everybody's basically aware of the secret. Everybody's just like, yep, no, the mayor's up to some sketchy nonsense. He's got a mining project he thinks that nobody knows about. We just love that. I mean, the more you learn about the mayor, the less and less of a good person he seems. The altruistic nature of the mayor seems to, like, go out the window. He didn't have much fun to begin with, though, to be honest. We've had governors here in the States like that. We go on the stairs. Okay. Let's clean these pedestals. It's always terrible when you have that government official that's like, "Oh no, I'm actually a good person." No, you're not. Because then you find out about like the mysterious love child and the hush money and like, yeah. Okay. Brazier. Which were. Oh, that works. But now, okay. I'm not stuck anymore. Let's see. There's always something, some nonsense like that. Am I? Oh, okay. Okay. Uh, what part of the pedestal am I missing? I'm missing something. Oh, okay. There we go. Let's clean this pedestal now. But yeah, no, it's like always something, and it's always something weird. Like, what you do in your free time is nobody's business but yours and who you do it with, so long as that person is, you know, old enough to, you know, engage in that activity and isn't under duress when doing so. Um, Also, so long as you're not, like, doing it with tax money. I remember there have been some politicians here in the States that have absolutely gotten themselves in all kinds of trouble because not only were they doing, less than great stuff, they were doing it with taxpayer money. I think most people would have been willing to forgive them if that weren't the case. But what am I to say? I just think diverting the entire river to a secret mining project might be a bridge too far for some people. There we go. Oh, the door's rusty. So we're gonna have to clean up that rust. And we're gonna do that. Because honestly, it's faster and significantly cheaper than trying to use the metal cleaner. I don't have anything against using the metal cleaner, don't get me wrong. But you get so little of the cleaner so infrequently that it's just kind of a pain. There we go. There we go. Doors A and B are nice and clean. Let's switch. Get that underside. And we're already at 7%. Go us. But of course, we have to make sure that we're getting everything before we move on to another area. Let's get that, because we were missing that. And let's clean that, so we have some symmetry. And then we'll come back to it when we come around the other side. Because that's kind of how I want to do it. There we go. What am I missing? There we go. But yeah, I think a lot of people are actually surprisingly really forgiving about, a variety of things. But, sometimes a bridge too far is in fact a bridge too far. And sometimes you just kind of never know what it's gonna be. There we go. Cool. We're not gonna, go up yet. We'll do what we can reach, before we do anything else. And make sure we're getting down here, because I remember, when I played through here on my own, this was an area that I was having a lot of trouble with, because I was missing so much. There we go. Also make sure that we're getting up there. But yeah, I think most people are, actually really chill about a lot of stuff. And it's, once you start playing with people's money, that's the problem. And, because He's one of those things. You know, it's one of those things. It's like it's with money being the way it is for so many people, so tight for so many people. Like the idea that you just toyed with something so hard earned. That's like, nope, sorry, we're not doing that. There we go. I think I'm going to need to go up with the rest of this buttress, though. Up. Or, you know, extend up. But no, it looks like I'm gonna have to go up. I'm missing some. There we go. Yeah, we'll get that when we go back up. Go back to this one for the time being. Or, you know, to be bad up there, let's go grab the ladder. Stick that there. That's part of that. What's that? Now we'll go back up the ladder so we can get this up here too. So we're not also missing this side. I think that might actually bring us to the question for the episode. What is something like a bridge too far for you, and why? Why is that the one unforgivable thing? And I don't mean stuff like the obvious, but I mean like if a politician got in trouble for literally stealing candy for from a baby, would that be like a bridge too far for you? I would like to state for the record that I have no recollection of whether or not there are in fact any politicians guilty of stealing candy from babies, but given the nature of a lot of things, I wouldn't be terribly shocked if there was. Oh. Oh. Okay, so why'd that work? But yeah, this is actually bothering me. Let's go up. Oh, that was verticality. Huh. Hmm. That one's gonna be a pain. Because it's not telling me exactly where that is. Anyway. Moving on. I know there are some absolutely goofy politicians political scandals out there. Actually, maybe that should be the question. What is your favorite ridiculous political scandal? Um, Mine is probably New York State's former. I think he was the. I think I'm fairly certain he was the governor. Um, and his name was weirdly appropriate. A guy named Anthony Weiner, and I'm not making that name up in the slightest. I promise you. Um, but he got himself in trouble, uh, for being in a sex worker's little black book, as it were. Um, I don't think he was like hiring people with taxpayer money or anything, hiring these women with taxpayer money or anything, but like he was doing it, and that like got him in a world of trouble. Uh, there are tons of like weird political scandals. In a desperate act, the head monks sent them all out on a pilgrimage of faith. Now, I've no mind where they were headed, only that they took with them a vast multi. Ah, I see. A vast multitude of eggs. That would explain why the eggs looked like that. Now that explains the egging of the mayor's mansion. There we go. Almost. Let's go grab that ladder. And we will put it right there. There we go. I'd forgotten about that. I'd actually forgotten about that little tidbit. Don't want to figure out what the deal with the buttress is, though. It doesn't actually make any sense that it's still dirty like that. Like, a fair amount, too. It's bugging me. Like, the front's clean, back's clean. Where are you dirty? Where are you still dirty? You know what we'll do is we will do that. If we can't catch it. And of course, you know, like there we go. Yeah, no, like, none of this makes sense. That's the wall. Maybe it's the stone bit? Let's see. No. Not the underside. I don't know. This may be one of those situations where I like have to come out and not. Let's clean up here in the meantime. If it continues to be an issue, I will... If it gets to be an issue towards the end, I'll, there we go. I'll, actually, I might do that between recordings. Because I have the distinct feeling that it's a glitch. More than anything. There's the figurehead. It's very pretty. I like how it's carved. There we go. Let's switch to the stubby. That way we're actually, you know, getting it. And as much of this side as I can from here. And we come back down and actually clean this bit. And I think we're gonna, yeah, gonna have to get the mouth. But we'll grab that in a second. So grab that. There we go. So we got the figurehead now. Let's go back to the stubby. And let's continue cleaning the room. So it is, we are in the second half of 2023 here in the States, which means that next year is an election year for us. Which are probably some of the most annoying words to have to utter. That we're going into an election year. Because it's almost as if the election cycle here in the States actually doesn't end. And I think there's a part of me that thinks that might actually be by design. That the whole point is to get you to a point of extreme fatigue. That you're just kind of willing to go, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Which is deeply frustrating, actually. And not at all helpful. Let's that there for the time being. There we go. A bit of wall. You know, you find yourself kind of in a situation where you're just exhausted by the prospect of going into an election year. And it used to be like, you did an election year. Great, fantastic, that's all over now, and you don't have to think about it for another few years. And now it's just kind of non-stop campaigning from various politicians or people who are seeking office. And that, you know, as someone who is of voting age and has been of voting age for a while now, it's kind of rough. And, you know, you find yourself kind of wanting it to be over with. But it's not going to be over with. And it's not going to be over with anytime soon, unfortunately. Switch to that one. And come down the side. Because I think that buttress is just glitching out, more than anything. So I think what I will do, like I said, is between videos, I will, like, check it out, make sure that it's actually, I'm actually not missing something. I don't know what I would be missing, but, you know, digressions and all that. There we go. And then, of course, making sure that we get wall real good. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, what on earth? I don't see where the rest of the dirt could be. I mean, this one is significantly less terrible. Like, clearly that's where the rest of the dirt is on this one, but the other one, that's just straight up the wall. Maybe, oh, okay. Okay, that was annoying, but it has been dealt with. And now, we can start coming around to the other side. Actually further along than I thought I'd be at this point. But, let's maybe not talk about politics anymore. Not because it's unimportant, but because and that's probably, part of the point. It is actually really exhausting, and there's so much in the world going on that also needs addressing. And I think it's important to consider everything else that's going on in the world besides who's being charged and indicted with what and why. Um, and actually should probably slow down a little bit because I'm like missing stuff that could easily be getting cleaned in very simple passes. There we go. Get the wall. And the rest of this base. And then, of course, like, we're gonna have to do the fiddly bits. And do this window, which is a fiddly bit. I do like the design of the window, though. It's very pretty. And the frame. Whoever was responsible for, like, the art in this game did a very good job. There we go. Like, kudos to the person who's responsible for this. It feels very... I don't know what it would be inspired by, but it feels almost Orthodox church. And that's very pretty. I've always thought, like, a lot of that stuff was very, like, absolutely beautiful. Don't necessarily agree with the tenets of the religion, but, that's neither here nor there. Get the rest of the frame clean, and the wall. Okay, I think in this case, the best thing to do is actually use this. A little further. There we go. There. And I can get a little closer to stuff that I wouldn't necessarily have an easy time with. That's that bit of roof done, I think. Actually, I think we can come down. We clean this, but yeah, we can come down. Right. Anywho, while the monks were gone, we had freakish Twister. Oh, does that explain the manure and the moss? Cursed things scooped up all the freshly laid manure from the farm and deposited it all over their temple. Yeah, because, like, twisters aren't really... Like, this is supposed to be pseudo-England, I think. And I know twisters can be a thing in England, but they typically aren't. I don't think the weather conditions really support it. There we go. Hey, could you imagine that? Like, I live in a state where, like, we can get tornadoes, but they're incredibly rare. But can you imagine, just this isn't a place where earthquakes happen, and then you wake up to an alert going, "Hey, so remember how we said we don't get tornadoes?" Um, yeah, and I think I said earthquake. But yeah, you know how we don't get earthquakes? Yeah, we got some watches and warnings for some. I feel like that would be an absolute terrible thing to wake up to. Or honestly, not even wake up, just like get the alert for. There we go. Now that I know, what we'll do is we will come up. And I will make sure that we, cleaning this bit. Let's go up one more time. So we can get some of the roof while we're at it. I know I said I wasn't going to do it like this, but doesn't hurt. Oh, there we go. We all good? Yeah, it looks like we're all good. Not done with this buttress though. I don't know. go. Nope. That's not what we want. That is a surprising amount of progress for one video. I might actually, like, I probably won't, actually. Because realistically speaking, I'd need to take a quick break between videos, and trying to do it all in one push would mean, not being able to take that break. When I want to. And we're rushing again. The whole point here, kind of to take your time and make sure you're getting everything in as few passes as humanly possible. Let's see. Go back to the stubby. Got a little bit more, and I think it's that little bit up here. Yep. Looks like what it is. Grab that ladder. No? There we go. Hit this window. Grab the wall. Because it's super easy to, like, disregard a lot of this. There we go. Clean the eaves while we're going. And then we can do this little corner right here. Okay. I think I should be able to let's see if there's any more. Oh, a lot of stock. I won't buy this yet. I think I don't have enough for that, clearly. I think that's gonna be my next buy. And buying more soap. But I think we are almost... I think we're almost at that point where I'm gonna cut off. that way. Why did I say that way? Then I will take a break between videos and then come back and record some more. But we are at the halfway point. That's good. It's always a good sign. Stick that there. And start on the wall some more. And we'll go back and we'll, like, start tackling the back end a little more. I know there's a few things I missed. And try to remember exactly what comes after this stuff. I know one of the things that should be opening up soon is the golf course, the mini golf course. I just don't remember when. I know there's also the subway station, and there's I think like a couple more vehicles that should be opening up as well. Let's see. Should be getting to that sooner rather than later. Because I know stuff opens up when you get to a certain point, and I know there's stuff that opens up when you finish. Get some more of the Eve. Got this last bit of side. And then come down this side so we can start cleaning this. And that will... No. There we go. Get the rest of the figurehead from this side. And of course, you know, like the front and the top. And then this side. Oh, all that right there. There we go. Grab the ladder, and we will go back to Stubby, and we will finish off the room. Yeah, I mean, all in all, that's a pretty good push for a single video. And I know it's not like a huge area, but yeah, it's nice to you know, not get all of it done, but get a good chunk of it. I just want to make sure that I'm not, like, trying to speed run my way through everything. the point here is kind of to, take my time and enjoy it. There we go. Got her. And then we'll do, this bit after, in the next video. Go. Wall base. Wall base. We clean the wall anyway. There we go. And actually, I think that's where we're going to call it for today. So I have been Dorking Up. This has been PowerWash Simulator. And when we come back, we're going to finish on the temple. And as a reminder, the question for the video is, what is your favorite political scandal and why? But yeah, that's good for today. If you like this video, any of the videos in the series, or any of the videos I've done at all, please consider leaving a like on the video, subscribing to the channel, which helps out metrics, and hitting the notification bell so you know when I update, even if it is really regular. I also have a coffee. You can find me at coffee.com/dorknot. That is ko-fi.com/dorknot. Feel free to leave a tip if you're so inclined, but please do not feel obligated. But yeah, come see me again sometime, won't you? Goodbye.